Hello, my lovelies. How are we today? Um, yeah, so I've gotten a few gifts from the universe. I got a lovely uh, feather from the Ravens, the neighborhood Ravens, and then one of the neighborhood kids dropped a little alien off in my driveway somehow. And so I've gotten little gifts from the universe this week, and yeah, so it's been an interesting week. Um, let's see here. I've got my incense burning, and let me just calm my nerves and get ready to receive a message. Thank you, universe. Thank you, goddess. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Mother Goddess. Okay, please bring me a clear message. And I believe these are the cards that are calling to me today. So let's give them a good shuffle. This is the Rider-Waite Art Nouveau Rider-Waite deck. What is the message for my collective today? What is the message for my collective today? Please make it a short message. A short and sweet message. Short little message for my collective today. Okay, this is how we want to do it, huh? All right, and let's see here. And one more. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. So take some time to think about it. Rest. Get really clear about what your ideas are. Okay. First card out was Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups well, she's usually a water sign. She's a very regal woman. She's got her emotions under control. She's very empathic. But she doesn't show her feelings. Like, she keeps her emotions in check, although she wears them on her sleeve. Right? You know how she's feeling, but she doesn't, like, she has it under control. And then we have the Empress. The Empress is well, she's the mother goddess. She's the fertility goddess. She's the queen of all the queens, right? The Empress is the queen of the entire realm, not just small kingdoms. The Ten of Wands talks about carrying too much burden. You're going to have to let something go. It's the end of carrying all the weight on your own. Getting the ability to ask for help or to be self-sufficient. The Page of Cups is learning how to deal with his emotions. He's young and very he's a page. He's just learning. He's figuring out how to navigate the emotional currents in his life. His hat's a little too big and his cup is a little too small. And he's standing on his own coattails, so he needs to be careful not to look like a fool. Moving on. The Five of Swords talks about making sure you know who you can trust. It's about trusting yourself. It's about trusting your instincts and knowing when you can trust and when it's time to hold your cards close to your chest. The Magician tells you you have all the tools you need. You have everything you need. You don't need to worry about anything. You just need to use your power. You have it. You have everything you need. Remember that as above, so below. The infinite cycle of things that go through, that we go through, seasons, the years, the months, the days, the weeks. But you have to focus it and you have to know how to use it. So you have all the tools you need. You just need to know how to use them. Okay? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune talks about the inevitable cycles. It talks about the shifts in the shapes of the world that we live in. It's talking about shifting. It's talking about changing perspective. It's talking about the innate cycles of our world. The larger cycles within our world, not just the years, but the decades and the centuries, the bigger cycles of the world. And then we have the Lovers, which talks about, well, genuine, true love. I see the Garden of Eden, and the tree is on fire over here, and then we have the tree of knowledge over here with Eve and the fruit and the snake. So yeah, the Lovers, genuine love, have genuine love for each other, make the decision. Love is a decision that you make. It really is. It's a decision that you make. It's not a feeling that you feel. I mean, initially it is. Initially it is a feeling that you feel, but it's a decision that you make um, after the initial feeling. It's a decision of whether or not you can trust this person enough for them to be your divine partner, right? Is this person your divine partner? Um, you know, things like that. Ask yourself those questions. Like, is this my divine moment? And then we have the judgment day. People waking up from their slumber, the calling, the clarion call for people to wake up and take back their power. Um, After the destruction, after after we all have been revealed the truth about what is really going on in our world, like our pedophile friends and our grape culture and things of that nature, we're uncovering it, and we're uncovering um, how we have been manipulated. And right now we have the opportunity to take our power back. The cycle is ending. Um, Judgment Day is here. Um, it's the time to make the decision of which path you're going to choose. As the cycle turns, you're going to have to own your own power and use the tools that you have been honing for the last few years when you've been preparing for this time. If you're listening to my readings, you have been preparing for this time. And I hope, anyway. And it's time to make sure that you are emotionally in check, and that you have community around you with the help to help you with the burdens that you carry. And it's a time to be compassionate to your fellow man and really get clear about who you can trust. Yeah, because there's a whole new opportunity here. There's a whole new opportunity coming our way. If we pay attention to the cycles that are happening, these are some really major arcana cards. The Empress is the mother goddess. She is the fertility goddess. She is the maintainer of the garden. If you do not have respect for the goddess will not give you the sustenance that you need. So make sure you take care of your fields, make sure you respect, make sure you give back to your world. If you have extra, please share it with those in need. Things like that. It is really important to make sure you are sharing with your community, and make sure that you are giving back to the earth that you are taking from. And make sure you use your tools and your supplies properly. Don't go flinging because you have the power, because you have everything you need. don't go around bragging about it and not let anybody else have it. I mean, share and give your power, give your energy, give your time, give your essence to those that are struggling. So, as the wheel turns, we really need to get clear about how we love, who we love, and who we can trust. We need to hold our emotions in check. Share the burdens with others. You don't need to carry it alone. If you try to carry it alone, you're not going to make it. Um, and really rest and think about, take the time to heal and rest, and meditate on what needs to happen during this time. Thank you. I think that's all I have for today. Have a good day.